Welcome back to Andersen Acres. Today we're diving into a really important topic if you're raising ducks, especially if you're new to it. Should you be feeding your ducks free choice, that is, letting them eat whatever they want, or should you be setting up scheduled meal times? It's a bigger decision than it at first sounds, and it can have a big impact on the health and happiness of your flock. So let's get into it. Now, first of all, ducks are omnivores. They eat plants and seeds and insects, small fish. My guys like frogs. They find live frogs and they eat them. They like frogs. Right now, they're all napping. It's cold out. They don't care. Now, whether you're raising ducklings, teenage ducks, adult ducks, good nutrition is going to be crucial. A duck's nutritional needs do vary by life stage. We've talked about that in a previous video. Ducklings need a starter or a grower feed, something higher in protein for fast growth because baby ducks grow really fast. Adult ducks need maintenance rations. These maintenance rations help them keep good weight, strong feathers, good egg production if they're layers. So you do need to feed the babies and the adults something different. But what about free choice feeding for ducklings and growing ducks? Well, when ducks are young, they need to free feed. They need food available all the time. Ducklings and growing ducks are burning so much energy that they should have constant access to feed all the time. Let them eat whatever they feel they need. Their bodies are growing fast, and rationing their food could slow down their development or lead to health problems. That's a cat. Keep the feed clean and dry. Wet feed can mold fast. We'll talk about mold in a different video, but essentially mold is quite deadly to ducks. It's not good for any of us, but it's especially deadly to your ducks. Now, what about feeding free choice versus scheduled feeding for your adult ducks? Well, once your ducks reach maturity, the decision does become a little bit more complicated. Some people continue to offer free choice food. Others kind of move to a scheduled feeding regimen, usually once or twice a day. Twice a day is recommended. Twice a day is better, okay? The best choice often depends on how you manage your ducks. Are they free range or are they confined? And what kind of freeloaders you have in your area. By freeloaders, I mean wild birds like pigeons, crows, sparrows, that kind of thing. And you also have to consider your security setup. Is spilled for feed attracting rats or raccoons? Maybe. That's not a good thing. We have cats for that, including this lady. We have cats for that. Cats are an essential part of feeding your animals. They keep the pests away. So, moving on to factors that affect how much your ducks eat. They don't always eat the same amount every day. You are going to notice that it varies a little bit. Their intake depends on their size because larger breeds obviously eat more. Their age, younger adults eat more than seniors. And the season, they usually eat more during colder months to maintain their body heat. Move over here so you can see different ducks. The brown one's Madali. So the activity level also counts. Free-ranging ducks who forage for part of their diet may eat less at the feeder, but they're probably consuming more feed overall. Okay? Always offer fresh, clean water, remember? Fresh, clean water whenever you feed. Ducks must be able to wash down their food properly to avoid choking. Fastest way to lose your ducks is to not give them enough water. Moving on to how to monitor your flock's health through feeding. You don't have to weigh your ducks unless you're showing them or the vet needs a weight, okay? So you don't have to go around weighing your ducks. Just to observe their body condition. Are they too fat? If they're too fat, they might have trouble waddling around. They might be waddling awkwardly. Are they too thin? That's an issue. Sharp keels, poor feather quality, that can all indicate that they're not getting enough food. Is there too much leftover feed every evening, sitting uneaten and attracting pests? That's not good. If you see any of these signs, you want to adjust their feed. If they're too fat, cut back a little bit. Yes. If they're too fat, cut back. Too thin, more feed or a higher protein feed. Too much waste, maybe ration feeding time so nothing is left overnight, or get some cats. So you're going to want to use covered feeders if you can to protect the feed from the rain and contamination, or put the food inside. If freeloaders like wild birds are a problem, you are going to want to schedule feedings if you can. We free range, so freeloaders aren't really an issue because everything can eat the free range. Feeding twice a day, morning and evening, can help reduce waste if you are going to schedule your feedings, because they'll eat the food they've got instead of just leaving it all the time. And this will also help limit wild animal attraction. You can also set up duck-only feeding areas with entryway that's too small for bigger birds. You can also just coop your ducks if you have to. I prefer not to. We free range. Obviously, these guys are free ranging, doing their duck thing under a picnic table. But if you have to, you can lock your ducks up. What do we do? Well, here at Andersen Acres, we've experimented with both free choice and scheduled feeding over the years. For our ducklings and young growers, like the little guys that are in there, they get free choice feed all the time. It's the best way to ensure they get what they need when they need it. For our adult ducks, well, obviously we free range them. They're able to eat what they need when they need. They can handle it. They are extremely good at free ranging, and they mostly just hang out under a picnic table anyway. In the winter, though, when free ranging isn't an option, we love letting our adult ducks have free access because we find it keeps them happier, healthier, lower stress, promotes natural grazing behaviors, and it's only for a few months. Right? It's not for that long. They get to go outside and be their old ducky selves anyway. So we're not going to worry about it too much. Anyway, basically, whether you offer free choice feed or scheduled feedings depends on your setup, what works for you. I find that what works for us is just free ranging them and leaving food in the feeder. That's what we tend to do. Food is in the feeder. They can go eat it if they want. They eat relatively little of it in the summer when they're free ranging. They obviously eat more of it in the winter. You have to do what works for you. If you have a lot of freeloaders like crows who are eating your food, you might want to schedule feedings and feed the feeder a specific amount twice a day so the ducks can eat. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. Drop a comment below and let me know how you feed your ducks. Free choice, scheduled, or maybe you entirely free range like we do. I'd love to hear about your setup. We'll see you tomorrow.